52 degrees north, 113 degrees west. We don't have to say west because it's 360 altogether. Where are we? Where are we? Here. We are here at Echo Glen. And on a map, what is that? It's a point. It's a point. And that's the very, very first thing in design. A single point. And in design, it's very important because very often you have particular points that you want to look at that are points of interest. Some are of high interest and others of less interest. But that point of main interest is called the focus. Yeah, the focus or focal point. Okay, then we get to lines. Now lines, we get all kinds of lines. And very often the line describes an arrangement. So what are some of the lines?
L shape.
L. Curved. And we get one like a beautiful flowing line called a Hogarth curve. It's like an S shape. It goes one way and then goes back the other. And the thing is, you have to have something pretty high. I asked Ken to bring. Did you bring the nail? We had a friend, and I should mention some other people, and I should have done this at the first. Jim Block was really special. He started the program for design in 1999, and he was at the convention every year. And that was the only place you could take the course. Well, Jim hasn't been at the convention as often now. And one of the things that was decided at Branston, which was quite a few years ago, is that they should have a program. And basically they would film Jim. And they did film Jim using a handheld camera. How did it turn out? Shaky and terrible. Because there was so much noise in the background. There was people asking questions and other people getting up and having coffee and clinking glasses. So what they decided is that our program is a little bit, the other thing they decided then is that wouldn't it be nice if those who had learned from Jim could pass it on? And I can say as a teacher that there's probably nothing nicer or more of a compliment to you than having a student decide to be a teacher because of you. Sorry, edit that out, please. Please edit that out. And in preparation of this, I talked to a number of people. I talked to the person who is in charge of the judging, and Christine Michelson. Christine sent me a bunch of pictures, and our crew, our camera crew, they've assured me that they can edit those pictures into our presentation. And that's going to be especially important when we talk about types of design. So when we talk about the types of design, as I say, I'll be thinking of Christine for sure. Another friend, there's some of us who are more mechanical people, in that when we show glads, Marlene, lift up that green container. Most of my life, that's how I've arranged glads. Lauren the same way. We stick it in that container, although Lauren is a great basket maker and arranger too. I shouldn't say that. But that holds how many spikes? One. Here in Red Deer and most of the places in Alberta, what we do is that we have milk bottles and little plugs to hold things in. Okay, but we're back to lines. And what do lines do? Don't finish it for me. Don't cross the line. Follow the dotted line. And if you think about that in arrangements, that's exactly what you're doing. Your eyes follow the lines of the arrangement. And it's so important that those are done right, that those lines are done right. And there's, like I say, the curvy lines, why would I put in an extra one, an extra curvy line? If you repeat something, you enforce it. So very often in arrangements, if you look, you'll see that the line is repeated or the design is repeated. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. But lines is extremely important. Line is extremely important. Now, something if Marilyn and Aileen want to work on their arrangements while we're doing this, that's fine. And Marilyn has been given a particular task that I think is really difficult. It has to do with that black vase. And I want you, every so often, to check in. Now, Marilyn can have help with it, but one side's going to be different than the other. One side's going to be different than the other. Okay, lines. How wide's the line between 2 points? Edmonton to Red Deer, how wide is that line?
How long is the line?
No, how wide is it?
Wide is it?
It doesn't even exist. It doesn't have like, and so the next thing is really good. I say, I'm in great blank for the blank I'm in.
Great shape for the age you're in?
No. I'm great shape for the shape I'm in. And actually we're going to talk about that because shape is important. Shapes have weight. Shapes have weights. And in terms of arrangements, what are some of the shapes you see in arrangements? We talked about lines, we talked about nice curves, crescents, arches, that kind of thing. But what shapes do you often see in arrangements? Round. Hey, Evangeline, keep going, keep going. You're on a tear. Yeah, vertical, horizontal, round, and the one, like, ignore her. She's just too damn smart. And I didn't introduce Marlene, and the thing was, we wouldn't be doing what we are doing today if it wasn't for Marlene. She was growing glads in BC at the same time I was in high school. So we've been doing this for a little bit of time.
Started at 4?
No, I think I was first.
No, I said she started at 4 years of age.
Oh yeah, well she is younger. She is younger. But if you think of a shape, and let's think of triangles, because that's a nice shape. And triangles are one of the most useful shapes because if you look at arrangements, it's so often repeated. You know, a triangle is just a nice shape. But if I have a shape, how can I change the weight of a shape? So think that oh, I almost gave it away. How can I change the shape of a shape? Okay. Who said what?
By the angle?
Terry?
Sure. By the angle.
Yeah. You can change the shape. Okay. That's one. That was to change the weight. Sorry. That's one triangle. Whoops. That's not a very good one. But then I have this one. Yeah, size. And that's really important. And we'll just have a little demonstration of that right now. I don't know where those dahlias are. Oh, here they are. Marlene, would you bring over that, the big leaf thing? And I'm going to have somebody finish that for me if they will. Evangeline, that's your task.
This arrangement there.
I'll tell you after.
You're up,
Now remember the paddle, okay? So I'm going to ask you a couple of things. Okay. If you already know which one of these has the biggest weight in terms of size, that's easy. Which one has the biggest weight in terms of color? Yes, Debbie.
The red one.
The red one. Because colors have weight. And it's easy to work with light weights usually. So if you have pastels, pastels go with almost anything. Why? What do all pastels have in them?
Neutral. Neutral color.
Neutral, or they have whites. And they're actually called tints, the more white you add. And so you can get to, they're almost exactly the same. So pastels are generally easy to work with because they all contain the same color. But this one here, now we've got weights in that, but now we have to decide which one would be best for this arrangement. So I'm going to put this one here. Okay. And then we're going to have a vote. Remember your paddle. And also remember the feeling thing. Okay, I'm going to put this one here.
No.
And then I'm going to put this one here. Which is best? I would think this is a little small. This is a little small. And I'd go probably with this one or maybe one of these. Okay. Now, I actually had 2 people go to the trial garden and pick out a dahlia for me that they might they might, in terms of color, fit best. Which color fits best? This one? Yes. Almost a perfect fit. Almost a perfect fit in terms of color. So we get to colors and then we get to the shapes, and shapes have weights, and the size of the shape matters. And so the one thing you say, look for, before we finish that, if I repeat a shape, what's it called? Marilyn especially. She should know this one because she works with shapes all the time doing her quilting.
When if you duplicate the shape?
Yeah, what do you end up with?
Repetition.
Oh, Shirley spoke out loud again. Pattern, it's pattern. It's pattern. And so very often if you look at a triangle arrangement, that pattern will be repeated in the arrangement. Okay, so it's kind of a neat thing. And then we go from shapes. Okay, how many dimensions does a line have? Ooh. A line has how many dimensions? 1. How many dimensions does a shape have? No. Hey, I think our crew went like that. Either that or it was some kind of signal to me. 2. And so the next thing that we talk about in arrangements, and it's probably the most important of all. A sculptor starts with a brick or a big block of marble, and he finds what's inside the marble. A designer with flowers and form is extremely important. Marlene, one of those shoes, please. Like, I may be covering some of the things ahead of time because I get so excited about this stuff. Not shoes, sorry. Forget the shoes. Marlene, I might as well do the... Yeah. No, the other. What do these both have in common? What do they have a need for if you want one?
Hair. They need it.
Yeah, it could be, but let's see. Mike, how would this do for you?
Not very well.
Mike, don't answer that.
Okay, on the other hand, if the glove fits, wear it.
Connect.
So in arrangements, what you want is all the pieces to fit together, and that's what a flower arranger is doing. The flower arranger is fitting all the pieces together And an artist uses paint. He is limited. The other day I found that I could do wallpaper. So getting ready for this, I sketched this out with the crayons. I don't know how to make it stay that doesn't smudge anymore. But anyway, to me that's wallpaper. Why? It's flat. It tends to be two-dimensional. Whereas a flower arranging has really, really got something going because they're working with forms and putting forms together. And some forms don't fit other forms. And we'll discuss that. Okay. What I want Evangeline to do, and right now this is wobbly. How can I change that?
There's some tape there somewhere.
Yeah, like so that would be
Oh, I put it back on
that would be great if we could have the floral tape.
No, Don, it's right there by the oasis.
Okay. So strap this down, but before you do, Debbie, or Evangeline, decide whether or not you want this in the front. Well, I'm going to have you make a glad arrangement here, but now we can have different shapes, and so that right now the base doesn't look very good. What can we do? And it's something that we use along with flowers when we're designing.
Foliage.
Foliage. So I want this covered up entirely. And I want it in such a way that the bowl can't be seen either.
That's why the oasis is 2 inches higher than the edge of the
Yep.
bowl.
And I think this is unfair, Evangeline, but I want you to use 3 glads and make an arrangement with this.
3 glass.
3 glads.
No dahlias?
Okay, if you insist on dahlias, you can do it in dahlias. No. As I say, yeah, we're very liberal. We'll do that.
Okay, can I do it here?
Okay.
Can I do it on this side or
Sure,
here?
they're just right over there would be good, where our head crew master is.
It's for the glass? Okay.
We can talk anything.
Next, so we have forms, we have shapes, we have forms, we have lines, we have points, but there's still something else in the design. There's still something else in the design. And already looking at Marilyn's arrangement, I know. What is it, Mike?
Balance.
Yeah, balance is really, really important. And the balance between this and form is important. And so much more important if you're Marlene took Japanese flower arranging. What do you have besides all the elements that go inside the arrangement? You've got it might be oasis or whatever it is that you're using to hold the thing, but you have something else in there too.
Filler?
Okay, now look. This and this.
Color?
No!
Focal point?
Color's part of the form.
Okay. Focal point?
No. No, if you think about it hard.
Height?
And Mike knows the answer again. Shirley, you're not my favorite student anymore. But if you get another vote, maybe. If you look at this, and I think Mike knows, what is it, Mike?
Balance.
No, balance you said before, but it's not really balanced.
Form.
No, this one's got more of it than this.
Oh. Texture. Wait. Size? Texture.
Space.
Oh.
Space. There's room between the petals. And when you make an arrangement, you don't make an arrangement flat. You don't make an arrangement flat. It just wouldn't work. And the materials often dictate, what you do in terms of making an arrangement. And I'm going to show you this bowl. What limitations do I have using, and actually the Japanese call this a vase. or vase. Are we doing the NAG thing in American this year, this time? A vase or a vase, we'll accept either. But the Japanese call this a vase or a vase. But it's not a vase here. Why? Marilyn is working with a vase.
Yeah, a vase has to be higher than wide.
Yeah. So this is not by definition. But what limitations do I have here? Okay, Marlene passed me that big glass vase.
Space.
Yeah, it is definitely space to put things in. So here, this is a horrendous thing. If you want to fill this with glads, unless you have some kind of, like you can get foam, you can put the foam in so you can space them out nicely. But if I tried to fill this with glads, we'd take an awful lot of the glads that are over there.
Yeah.
Here, we don't have a lot of space. And this could be used for a number of different shapes of arrangements. What are some?
L.
Like an L, but because this is in the center, this kind of lends itself to something more symmetrical. But what I would like you to imagine, I've got it down there, and I can go like this and up like that, and what do I have? A triangle. Now, let's say I make the triangle really high. What kind of arrangement? Vertical or horizontal? Vertical. So as soon as I move up, and this would be ideal for a vertical arrangement. But I still want you to imagine that it's in the triangle. And one rule of arranging is that if a shape can encompass another shape, they fit together. So that I could have like something coming up here, but still have it triangular out here at the base, and then coming straight up and make it a vertical arrangement. Now, this has a pin holder in it. But something happened that revolutionized. It's better than sliced. Is it sliced bread? Better than sliced bread for designers. Oasis. This floral foam, which you will be working with later. This is amazing stuff. What you have to work with today is really good. It's something we talked about again with form, and it's really important. I don't know. Not very many people will ever have seen one of these.
Frog.
Doesn't look like a frog to me. But that's what it is. It's a glass frog for holding flowers. Now, let's get one of these back here. If I'm moving slow, it's not because I'm hurting. I just don't want to mess things up. Okay, back in the saddle. Does this go particularly good with the white?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And I like the leaves of glads too, so you can make a vertical arrangement here. And again, with putting the, but 2 is not a number you usually use. 3 or whatever, but again, you could have it coming up like, almost like vase, like with foliage with these just at the top, in terms of making that quite a simple arrangement, but kind of stylish. And what it does, it incorporates the space out to the sides as well. So it's still in the triangle. It's still in the triangle if you're thinking of that. But anyway, let's pull those out. If anybody wants to try to do an arrangement of this, they're certainly welcome. And what you can do, you can make it like, as I say, it could be a triangular arrangement. And you don't have to fill the triangle. And this is important. That, again, so often what people will do, they'll literally fill something out. And let me get another one of these. And another. Here we go. So put them in really like this and like this. Boy, that looks good. Look at all the color you've got there. However, what it does, what's the secret of camouflage? What's the secret of camouflage? To blend in. To blend in as much as you can. And so what's wrong with camouflage in an arrangement?
Nothing shines.
Yeah, nothing shines. It's, you have a wall of color. Now what Marilyn is doing there, she does not have a wall. You can see that she has space between her design, and it's extremely pleasant. And
Make good use of your flowers. No, that's what foliage is for.
yeah, so you can define the space around a flower by using foliage.
So with this design, you just want me to use 3 glads?
Oh, you can use as many as you want.
Oh, I thought that.
I did make that restriction, but you can use as many as you want. Okay. Now, who is a brilliant student who can name the elements of the designs we talked about, starting at 52-113? So the first is point, line, shape, and form, and all of them have weight. The bigger something is, the more weight it has. And so you're always looking for balance. And in this design, that's what you should be looking for. You should be looking for balance in the design. We talked about sort of doing this in chapters, and this is chapter 1. We're at the end of chapter 1. So you have a break, and I have a break.